Shalom, Yasharallah, welcome back once again to another T.E.O.E.W.A.W.K.I. News and Prophecy, the end of Esau's world as we know it, okay? Double honors to my elder apostles of Great Millstone who taught me this word is sincerity and the truth and who rule well, and salutations be to you brothers, the laborers out there who are working, man, okay? All right, pushing this truth, declaring the true names of the Father and the Son. All right, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, in the midst of the evil and wicked generation of our people. And salutations be to you believing sisters out there as well, okay? That are a part of the, are part of the hopeful elect. The Lord willing that we all be a part of the elect. May the Lord bless you and your households. I'm your bishop, teacher, Sakwa Run, and we're going to continue with the reading of the book of Isaiah. Within Isaiah, this prophecy, okay? Let's go.
Chapter 58. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and shew my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins.
And ain't that exactly what we're doing? Crying aloud, we're sparing not. We ain't sparing Jake out here, man, right? We're telling them about their transgressions, telling them about their wickedness, man, okay? Now, the 2/3, they don't care. They're not gonna, they ain't gonna listen. They're gonna be destroyed. But the Lord said, go out to in Ezekiel, right, to teach these people and warn them whether they will hear and whether they will forbear, because now their blood is cleaned off our hands. We are not gonna be guilty when the Lord comes with that destruction upon them because they didn't do the right thing. They were forewarned, okay, by the prophets, by us out there on the streets, on the street corners, okay? So that's what you're supposed to do, right? You're supposed to scream this thing out, like it says, like Yahweh said, upon the rooftops, man. Which means it goes into the satellites, right, and the internet and stuff like that, okay? In this day and age, at one point we were doing something called the public access, okay, where it'll go through. We will have to do editing and stuff like that. The Bishop Menadezak used to do a lot of that back in the day, which was a great work, and putting up videos and stuff. So it'll go through the public access, all right, and people within your region would hear and see the truth, see us teaching, okay. Yeah, man. So that was beautiful, man. So that's what we're supposed to do. A true believer of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, that's what he's supposed to do, man. All right, let's go.
Yet they seek me daily and delight to know my way. Is as a nation that did righteousness and forsook not the ordinance of their God. They ask of me the ordinances of justice. They take delight in approaching to God. Wherefore have... Yeah, now, you got certain Israelites out there. They'll approach to the Heavenly Father, but they don't come the right way, okay? They don't come the right way, man. They take a little here and a little there, but they don't have the 100% truth of the Heavenly Father. But we do, man, okay? They're a bunch of Johnny-come-latelys. They'll buck up against certain things and other things they accept, but the deep things they can't get, because you know why? Because it wasn't given unto them. They're not the prophets of the Lord, okay? And more than likely they are not the elect, okay? We fasted, say they, and thou seest not. Wherefore have we afflicted our soul, and thou takest no knowledge? Behold, in the day of your fast ye find pleasure, and exact all your labors.
Yeah, you got Israelites out there that they do their own pleasures, okay? Whether they they could be celebrating the Day of Atonement, they're doing their own pleasures, man. If it's the Sabbath, they're doing their own pleasures, man. Okay, and that pisses off the Lord, okay? Because you're not honoring Him. You're not honoring Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. You're honoring yourself. All right, you're selfish. So That's why judgment is going to begin at the top, okay, of the house of Israel. Any group, okay, calling themselves Hebrew Israelites, the Heavenly Father is going to bring a shaft through, okay, and whoever is not the elect, they will be taken. All right, whoever's not right, they will be taken. You know, we're living in those days.
Behold, ye fast for strife and debate, and to smite with a fist of wickedness.
Yes, right now I could have started here because that's where I left off previous video, but you got Israel. They're all they do is they live for debating, man. Debating the whole black conscious community, okay? African conscious community, man. That ain't none of our business, man. You let them people do what they do, you know? Going on debates and things like that, man, just for a bag. Come on, man. That's not sincere. You know? Skinning your teeth with these people in the world. These people are of the world. We don't have nothing to do with them. Okay? We have to disassociate ourselves with the people of this world, man, right? As it is written, what does light have to do with darkness, man? Okay? We're light, they're dark, they're darkness, okay? And we don't got nothing to do with them, and they don't got nothing to do with us, okay? All they are is a bunch of ticks, all right? Trying to ride on our backs, man, okay? Trying to make a dime. All they got to do is put in the Israelites, the Hebrew Israelites, the black Hebrew. We're not black, first of all, okay? Black is a negative term that was put upon our people. We are the Hebrew Israelites, okay?
Ye shall not fast as ye do this day, to make your voice to be heard on high. Is it such a fast that I have chosen, a day for a man to afflict his soul? Is it to bow down his head as a bulrush, and to spread sackcloth and ashes under him? Wilt thou call this a fast, and an acceptable day to the Lord? Is not this the fast that I have chosen, to loose the bands of wickedness, to undo...
Yeah, the Lord is talking about a spiritual fast, man. To let go of wickedness, of evil, okay? Let go of the old man, okay? Put on the new man in righteousness and in truth and in all sincerity, all right? But you got Jake, they'll come in, so-called come into the truth. One leg in, one leg out. Nah, you're supposed to come in 100%. 100%, man. Give up all that worldly shit that you used to do in the world, okay? So, supposed to be in this word, supposed to be in this work, okay?
The heavy burdens, and to let the oppressed go free, and that ye break every yoke? Is it not to deal thy bread to the hungry, and that thou bring the poor that are cast out to thy house, when thou seest the naked?
Yeah, well, that's really dealing with the elect, okay? We don't got to worry about the people who are hungry and poor and without clothing out there in the world, because they are not a part of the elect unless they come in. If they come in, that's different, okay? Now they're your brother, now they're your sister, okay? Like the Lord said, who is my mother, who is my brother, who is my sister, except those that do the will of the Heavenly Father, man. So if they ain't doing the will of the Heavenly Father, they are not our family, okay? They're enemies. They're enemies to the cross. They're enemies to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. And that's how you gotta treat them, okay? Unless, like I said, they convert, all right, and believe. That's different. Okay, now you my brother. Now you my sister. Okay, now we could work with you. All right.
Thou cover him, and that thou hide not thyself from thine own flesh. Then shall thy light break forth as the morning, and thine health shall spring forth speedily, and thy righteousness shall go before thee. The glory of the Lord shall be thy reward. Then shalt thou call, and the Lord shall answer. Thou shalt cry, and he shall say, Here I am. If thou take away from the midst of thee the yoke, the putting forth of the finger and speaking vanity, and if thou draw out thy soul to the hungry, and satisfy the afflicted soul, then shall...
To the hopeful elect that believe, okay? Again, that's not talking about to Israel out there in the world, man, okay, that are doing wickedness. You teach them this word, they want to bite and devour you. They want to kill you, okay? They want to make mockery, man, okay? And they could be poor as hell and poor as shit, but they'll still talk shit. So that's why, the Lord said, Yahweh said, cast not your pearls unto the swine. So they're swine, man, okay? And like I said, now if they convert and come in, now that's different. Now you could do good unto them, okay? All right, and the main feeding is this word, okay? Feeding them with this holy knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. All right?
Thy light rise in obscurity, and thy darkness be as the noonday. And the Lord shall guide thee continually, and satisfy thy soul in drought, and make fat thy bones. And thou shalt be like a watered garden, and be like a spring of water, whose waters fail not.
Yeah, now the Lord will bless you, okay? You're in the truth. You're helping, you teaching and ministering to brothers and sisters that are in the faith. Okay, now the Lord's gonna bless you. Now the Lord, now blessings will come unto you and into your household. Okay, and at the end, okay, you will be delivered. Okay, it's just that simple.
And they that shall be of thee shall build the old waste places. Thou shalt raise up the foundations of many generations, and thou shalt be called the repairer of the breach, the restorer of paths to dwell in. If thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day.
Yeah, you got jakes that love to do their own pleasure on the Lord's holy day, man. That's wickedness. Sex is doing your own pleasure on the Lord's holy day. Okay, that's wickedness, man.
And call the Sabbath a delight, the holy of the Lord honorable, and shalt honor him, not doing thine own ways, nor finding thine own pleasure, nor speaking.
Yeah, on the Sabbath, you're supposed to be meditating on Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. You're supposed to be, doing this work, okay? Not doing your own thing.
Thine own words. Then shalt thou delight thyself in the Lord, and I will cause thee to ride upon the high places of the earth, and feed thee with the heritage of Jacob my father, for the mouth of the Lord has spoken it. Chapter 5.
All right, that's beautiful. All praises be to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, B'Hashem T.E.O.E.W.A.W.K.I.News&Prophecy, and T.E.O.E.W.A.W.K.I.News&Prophecy. Good morning to all you brothers and sisters of the household of faith. Stay strong, keep the faith. Let's see what the Lord may bring this day. Till the next time, I say shalom.